is a presentation to our former warden, Jimmy MacAlpine. Now, Jimmy, what I'd like to say is, and maybe you'd like to stand up at the podium. What I'd like to say, 20 years service with us is a long time, and it's been greatly appreciated. You brought with us your experience and your thoughts of how things should work, and you ended up becoming our president of the then UNSM. You have been with various committees. You served well. You were on the provincial or regional library board. You were with the PBSC. You were chair. I thought, and I'm going to say this, 2 terms as chair.
Yeah.
Okay, which was 8 years. So when we look at that and all the service that you have brought, you're an inspiration to others. I will tell you, you've been greatly respected by all. People knew you. You were good with all 3 governments. You tried not to pick sides, though some people would say you were one or the other. And always rumors about Jimmy, always rumors. Rumors. So not saying too much. I also want to say how much you gave to this council. You went beyond and above what you had to do. And it was greatly appreciated by myself and the others. You have seen councilors come and councilors go. And through it all, we have always tried to be a forward-thinking councilor. And the last 4 years under your direction, I think we did great. You have been deputy for a number of years. Again, you were always a great support. For me, personally, I was so happy to work with you all these years. And I think that says a lot, because sometimes we have counselors that we're not always so happy to work with for a number of years. And I'm going to say something a little personal now. When you first were coming on council and I heard who you were, and I'd already worked with your uncle, I thought, what is this going to be? And you know what? You were fantastic. And I have to say that my worries were certainly not needed. And I know that our former warden, Jim Thurber, always felt that you were a great person, counselor to be on this council. I wish that I could go over everything, because I actually, this past week I was in Shelburne, I can't remember where I was. And so I was going back through some stuff, and I was thinking, should I bring this up? Should I bring it? No, Linda, he doesn't want to sit here for an hour listening to your mouth off. But I do want to say how much we appreciate everything you have done. And I hope that you have success in whatever you do, whether it's provincial, federal, or just stay at home and enjoy life as a business person. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the kind words.
What I'd like to do next is to give you a gift, and then I'd like you to be able to have a few words.
Okay, thank you.
Now, this is from all of us. The first is the direction of Digby, and it says, Jimmy MacAlpine, in recognition of 20 years of dedicated service to the Municipality of Digby, 2000 to 2020.
Maybe come a little further away from that wire so it's not hanging
sorry.
out.
Good thing people are paying attention.
Okay.
Just go in there and get her. She wants to get a picture.
Yeah.
You've been there.
And he also has this for you.
Easter eggs.
What kind of Easter eggs you got here? I personally like chocolate.
I know. No, you like licorice.
Yeah.
Black licorice.
Okay.
Yes.
I really appreciate the gift. It was an honor to serve on this council for 20 years. I remember coming into it. It was yourself and Helen and Jim and Roberta. And they talk about diversity in Nova Scotia. Well, we had diversity 20 years ago. So we're ahead of the game. So, and then after that, I felt that throughout the years, the different councils, I still feel we had good quality on the council. But no, being on council was a privilege to serve the community, and it also gave me a lot of chances to have other opportunities in Nova Scotia, which you referred to. I really enjoyed my time with the UNSM. I was there for 6 years on there and served as president. Went on PVSC. I served 10 years with PVSC. I was the chairman twice. I was the chairman before I became the president of UNSM, and then when I stepped away, when I came back, I went back on as chair. For the library boards, I had a passion for libraries. I served on that for 16 years, and to me personally, the libraries are essential for people to learn. It's a lot of times it's the only place where someone can get internet service. So, truthfully. And so when I worked with the province to try to get more funding, I was really happy that we were able to do that. But it's out of respect and working together and looking at different people's viewpoints and respecting other people's viewpoints that you can do that. Not just on libraries, but on anything we do. So I know that there's always been demands on the province to have more money, but the person also has to understand what their responsibilities are. Like over 40% of the funding the province takes in has to go to healthcare, and that's growing every year. But there's also been a lot of demands on municipalities to take on more responsibilities from the federal government, provincial government, and municipalities can't afford to do that. So, at this level, you work a fine line as to what you can do, and a lot of times the best thing to do is to advocate for the people, and put the responsibility back on the people that's responsible for the funding. Like right now, affordable health care, I know it's really important, and I think with the Barton School, it's going to go a long way in this area to at least start to improve the situation here. And I know that you're doing really well with internet right now, and I like the model that we took here at this council to address that concern, because I know other municipalities have invested a lot more money, and I've always felt that municipalities should be partners in providing internet service, not necessarily be the sole provider. And the model that we're using, I think, with Bell has been working well. But on that note, get away from the different items, but it's been a real pleasure working with you all on council. I mean, Angela, we work together, so you're not new. You're just recycled. So, and no, it's been a pleasure. And it has been nice to step back from it right now. I will say the emails that I get in the run of the day are minimal. And, I don't have to worry about if I have my phone on all the time, because I don't hardly ever get a phone call. So that's kind of nice. So I don't have that pressure anymore. So not to say I may not have it again in the future. But, we'll see. Anyway, thanks a lot.
Now,
Appreciate it.
at this time, I would like George to say goodbye to you and whatever you want.
Yes,
to say,
Jimmy,
George.
it was a pleasure working with you for the 8 years I was here. My 8 years. It was great having you on council. Great to work with us.
Yeah, I enjoyed working with you too, George, and actually it was longer than 8 years, because I worked with you when you were a citizen rep on Dark, before you got
was
to council.
not counting those years.
No.
But, yeah, so, and good luck in the future, whatever you decide to do.
Thank you.
David.
There's never any consideration or thought that you would ever embarrass the municipality, which is, sadly, I can't see the same thing for myself. But for you, it was very firm and good leadership, and I very much like that we never had to worry at all. And you were the calmness to my manic. So thank you very much, and I'm sure that we won't see the last of you for public service. I hope not.
Thank you.
Angela.
I'd just like to wish you well, whatever you pursue in the future, and thank you for being
I know a couple different times I've had to reach out to you, and it's been, it's a good help to have you to talk to, and so I thank you as a former counselor and also as a constituent.
Thank you.
Matthew?
Well, I see you every Monday.
That's right.
We're side by side at the store there, but
We chat a lot.
yeah. No, but no, it was great working with you, and I appreciate it. I mean, I came in. I always come into your store when you were in Marshalltown, and one day I walked in and asked you about running for council, and you sat me down. We had a nice chat, and I made that decision, and here we are. And no, I really appreciate all the talks, and yeah, you'll be missed on council, but good luck in the future.
For sure.
And I'll see you next Monday. Or maybe tomorrow.
You'll see me tomorrow.
No, I have nothing to say because I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay. Coralie?
Well, Jimmy, I think we both came on about the same time. So you referenced all the counselors that you work with, and that's my memories from those earlier days. But no matter what we had for council or over the past 20 years, I always thought that everybody got along pretty good, and I certainly looked up to your wisdom and leadership and good advice, I guess. So I did enjoy working with you, and we certainly do miss you, but I know we will definitely probably see you around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hear you just had your 20 years anniversary
Yes,
too.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good
Lots of
accomplishment.
changes over the past, and like Linda said, when you sit back and reflect, yeah, things have changed, and there's lots of good memories. So, yeah.
Tyler?
Yeah, me personally, I have a lot of respect for you as a counselor. I thought you represented a steady hand as a counselor. I certainly appreciated your calm demeanor and the way you approached all situations, never too high, never too low. I thought you did a very good job as a warden in that sense, and I very much enjoyed our time together. I wish it was longer.
Thank you.
And last but not least, I left the CEO for last.
Thanks. Yeah, I think most of us have been caught slightly by surprise by this and didn't have remarks prepared.
No, I know.
I didn't know, I wanted to come from your heart.
Yes. No, I really enjoyed our, I think, just about 7 years, Jimmy, together. The first as councillor, I feel like I'm repeating now, but a very balanced approach to all the issues that council has faced over that time. And really enjoyed your time as warden. Certainly the last year with COVID, yeah, it would have been hard to get through this. So I appreciate all your support.
Thank you very much. And, I can still remember being involved with the hiring process for yourself and Tyler, both of you. And I want to say that I feel that this council made a very good choice for both of you.
Oh, yeah.
This council is
Yes, also thank you for that.
No, really though, I think the municipality is in really good hands. We've got a young staff, young experienced staff, and I think council's got an easy way of going forward with the people they have to help them. So, anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate this.
They have been doing great while you've been gone since you've left the staff. Yes, very good.
Okay. We are going to have a little break and have some tea and coffee, some little treats, and sit around and talk with Jimmy and Trudy, and then we'll come back to council. Okay?